Welcome back to the Fargo Dome in Fargo, North Dakota. Ed Schultz with you at halftime with one of the all-time great offensive linemen who played in the National Football League for 12 years, 10 of those years with the Miami Dolphins, Jim Langer. Jim, from South Dakota State, a Division II player, you've got to be pretty proud to see these athletes get the opportunity.
I couldn't be happier for these athletes. It's a great opportunity for the Division II kids from around the nation, and talking to them last night, Ed, at the banquet, they've had a tremendous week, and Fargo has been great with their hospitality, and certainly this is a showpiece for the country to see these kids tonight.
And you gave a motivational talk last night saying that you played your college football to the Division II ranks at South Dakota State. You went up against those Wolverines and those Badgers and those Bruins, and you were a jackrabbit and proud of it.
All kinds of animals out there, and Jackrabbit certainly wasn't ferocious. I caught a lot of heat for that mascot, but it stood up well, and it was fun talking to the boys about a different thing we used to do.
Many years all-pro offensive lineman, played for Don Shula of the Miami Dolphins, played on 3 Super Bowl teams, that great undefeated team of 1972 that won undefeated. They'll be giving out after this football game the first annual Jim Langer Award, which will go to the best offensive lineman in Division II football. That's got to be quite a tribute to you.
It's a great honor to me personally, and certainly the American Football Coaches Association for putting this together with my name on it. It is something that lasts a long time, and when you think of the permanency of that award, it's very special.
Jim, there's 24 NFL teams here this week watching these players work out. We've got 64 schools represented, 90 players. Your impression of the first half, do you see some prospects?
Oh, absolutely. I was talking to some of the scouts before the game, and they are pretty much in agreement. There's probably in the mid-20s that they figure have a pretty good opportunity to certainly go to a camp and make a good showing. So I think there's more teams represented here than the blue-gray game, excuse me. I think that represents about 40 universities, and that's what I'm excited about for the Division II kids. We didn't have this opportunity to come together and let the scouts look at you for a week, and this is a real opportunity for them.
Well, this is an educational experience, too. Not only do we have the incredible weather outside of 15 below, appropriately named the SnowBowl with 3 feet on the ground, but we've got kids who've never played on AstroTurf. We've got kids who've never been interviewed on television. We've got kids who've never played in a dome. So this is what it's all about.
A lot of them bought their first jacket this week, and you know, they've always probably heard the wind chills in the minus 50 below, but of course we're used to it up here, and actually it's a pretty mild day, I think, in terms of some of the Minnesota weather we see. But they've had a great week.
Jim Langer, one of the all-time greats out of the National Football League, all-pro performer, played for the Miami Dolphins, and at the end of this game tonight they'll be awarding the Jim Langer Award, which goes out to the best offensive lineman in Division II football, which will be voted on by the folks in the press box tonight and the professional scouts. You're watching the SnowBowl live from Fargo, North Dakota. Stay with us. We'll be back. We are tied at halftime at 7. Jim Langer, the Jim Langer Award, going to be presented at the 50-yard line. Let's go back to Chad Kuhl down on the field.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the American Football Coaches Association and Ross, you in particular, and Noel Martin for putting this award together. I think it's a great award for some young men that work very hard in the trenches. It is indeed an honor for me to present the first award to Kevin Robson, right up the road here from University of North Dakota. Kevin?
Thank you. This is the greatest honor of my life. Thank you.
This you want to hang on to, Kevin. You can frame that. Let's get a couple of pictures here.
All right.
And Jim Langer presenting the first annual Jim Langer Award, going out to the outstanding offensive lineman. Langer, of course, many years with the Miami Dolphins, the NFL All-Pro, played for Don Shula, played his college football at South Dakota State, and Kevin Robson, whose father was with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers for some 20 years in the Canadian Football League as an administrator and general manager. And now his son from the University of North Dakota wins the first ever Jim Langer Award, which was voted on by the pro scouts here in the press box and the media people at the first annual SnowBowl in Fargo. So, Kevin, congratulations.
Capping off a great year for number 68, leading his football team to a conference championship, into the playoffs, the best season ever for the Sioux.
Let's go down to Chad.
Kevin, obviously this means a great deal to you. This is the greatest award I think I've ever got in my life, and this makes every single thing I've ever accomplished pale in comparison. This is a guy like Jim Langer is just the epitome of the offensive lineman, and to get a trophy in his name is just an amazing thing.
Coming in, did you expect some of this? Are you surprised?
I just wanted to play the best possible game I could, and you know, awards fall into place if you just bust your butt, and I'm happy as hell. I can't believe it.
You heard it, Kevin. Good job. Congratulations.
All right, and the Defensive Player Award obviously will be going to Mr. Abrams, as Ross Forchie will be. He is going to be the MVP of the game.
I think deservingly so. He dominated like nobody else.
Anthony Abrams, number 99, defensive lineman for the East squad, is the MVP of the first annual Snow Bowl. Let's go back down to Chad.